Ngachanda, Acting Director, Eastern Province, Office of the Auditor General. Thank you.
Accountant General.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, PS and your team. My name is Joseph Mutimushi. I'm from Office of the Accountant General. Thank you.
Office of the Clerk.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning. My name is Leon Hangala from the Office of the Clerk. Thank you.
Any media?
Thank you, Chair. Good morning. My name is Priska Alungwe and the Office of the Clerk. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. First and foremost, thank you so much, Honorable Chair and Honorable members who are present here. I have with me a team from Eastern Province. I will request the Director of Finance to start introducing himself and the other members of the team who have come with. You can start.
Good morning, Chair, and good morning, the committee. My name is Sampa Vincent, Director of Finance, Provincial Administration, Eastern Province.
Good morning, Chair. My name is Majestic Jibala Muzumbwe. I'm Principal Accountant, Eastern Province.
Chair, good morning, honourable members. My name is Johnson Mangam, Acting Senior Accountant, Provincial Administration.
Good morning, Chair. I'm Veronica Nanyango Magawa, Assistant Director, Provincial Planning Unit. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, members. My name is Mwamba Chilekwa, Principal Internal Auditor, Eastern Province.
Morning, Chair. Good morning, members. My name is Wilson Chifuima, Provincial Infrastructure Officer, Eastern Province.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, committee members. I am Chiramba Samuel, the Provincial Maintenance Officer, Eastern Province.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, honorable members. My name is Manyando Smata, Provincial Water Development Officer. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning. My name is Bertha Chima.
Good morning, Chair.
Okay. PS, my name is Jonathan Daka, a Member of Parliament for Chadiza constituency in your province. Member who just joined us.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. My name is Brian Kambita, Member of Parliament for Zambezi East constituency in Northwestern Province.
Yes, PS. Jonathan Daka, Member of Parliament for Chadiza constituency, and also sitting in for our chairperson. Before you proceed to make your submission before this committee, I would like to confer you with immunity in accordance with the Cap 12 of the laws of Zambia. And having said that, I would like to request you now to make your submission.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, honorable members. Before I submit, honorable Chair, we have information which we wish to submit, which will add value to our information. The information is contained in our submitted addendum, which is here, and I think you have a copy.
Proceed, PS, to make your submission.
Thank you, Chair.
Yes. Read the heading of the query, then you into the your or your of action. So then just read it, then you go to read the cause of query and the corrective action.
Expenditure. The cause, I wish to report that these balances from accounts which we could not spend individually. The corrective action which we took, I wish to state that management will always ensure that all funds released in such a financial year are spent. May I proceed to query number 2? Query number 2, audit of annual performance and information. May I refer Chair to the addendum?
Kindly proceed. Appendix number.
Which we took to achieve targets in terms of water development of for the construction of Kachorora Dam was terminated, and that the contract was retendered in one. The control inspection was due to errors during data input. I wish to confirm that the department achieved 106. Failure the cause is position Management Division PSMD the action to refer you to the Annex 3. Work position query 3B at 45 has now been filled up. All the 3 positions have now been filled. See appointment Index 3. To compliance with laws and other regulations unaccounted for fuel. Cause. I wish to report that as at time of audit, the Ministry of Finance had not yet availed proof of remittance of the WVAT from ZRA to provincial administration. Rising from this, fuel in amounts totaling 26,223 kwacha 9 ngwe has not been refunded to provincial administration by the suppliers. Correction. I wish to report that the Ministry of Finance availed proof of remittance of the WVAT to provincial administration and fuel amounts totaling 26,223 9 ngwe has been refunded by the suppliers, Chair. May I go to query D? Failure to change from private to GRZ number plates. Cause that the process of changing ownership from private to GRZ for 18 vehicles and 8 motorbikes was still in progress at the time of the audit. The correct, kindly, I will refer you to Appendix 4 in the addendum. Query 3D, failure to change from private to GRZ number plates in the addendum. 3 motor vehicle number plates have been changed from private to GRZ. Of today they have been changed, waiting GRZ certification of registration. 2 motorbikes are under projects, the province jurisdiction project, and have not yet been handed over to government. Motor vehicle clearance from line ministries to avail the original certificates of non-runners. Chair, out of the 6 motorbikes the cause officers at provincial administration. The corrective action report that the contractor requested for extension of the contract. It cleared by the Attorney General. As at 14th November 2025, the following outstanding works were completed: carpentry, installation of plumbing installations, electrical installations, floor and ceiling finishes, installation of 5,000 liters water tank, 1 horsepower motor booster, and a submersible pump and accessories and guardhouses. The remaining works are parking areas, car sheds, and the store office, which are expected to be completed by 15th of December. Kindly 5 in the addendum. Which is delayed completion of Works 3E, Rehabilitation Office Block, has been completed. Only car sheds are remaining for external works, while the internal works to the query on management of properties on page 10. On query of property District Commissioner Nyimba District was carried out on 28th March 2024. It was in a dilapidated state due to lack of maintenance. The ceiling board had in the province. Cause, I wish to report that the provincial administration started some rehabilitation works at Nyimba District Office. Due to financial, the works is commissioners proceeds from the Committee of Survey auction sale, which was deposited into Control 99. The total amount was 858 kwacha for rehabilitation at Nyimba District Commissioner's Office, Chama District Commissioner's House, replacement of obsolete assets, and completion of Kapata Theatre Hall Phase 2. The provincial administration has not yet received the proceeds auction sale from Treasury, despite being granted authority to restart and utilize the funds. To retain and utilize the funds. The corrective action, the provincial administration managed to rehabilitate the 2025 RDC budget. Follow-ups have been made to the Treasury to be funded the proceeds from Committee of Survey auction sale to reimburse borrowed funds from general deposit and the completion of the remaining works, such as I add is that up to now by the Ministry of Finance. May I come to failure to settle outstanding bills. Cause that the above bill had accumulated to over a number of years, and due to inadequate funding, management has been unable to clear outstanding bills. As the corrective action taken, I wish to report that the provincial administration had cleared arrears in a amount totaling 15th November 2025, leaving a balance of 6.956,931.51 ngwe. May I mention that the administration cleared all areas under its control, such as water bills, postal rentals, and insurance, and other accrued allowances which were not solely. There is a table below. Proceed to which is construction of multi-purpose theatre hall at village. I wish to report that the provincial administration has progress on the construction of Kapata Multi-Purpose Theatre Hall Phase 3. However, there have been challenges to interim payment certificates (IPC). The reason being that part was borrowed to fund the year of survey in 2023. After seeking authority from the authority was granted with a view to reimburse the funds borrowed for the exercise from auction sale proceeds. The funds realized from auction sale are deposited into Control 99. The total amount realized from the auction sale was 5.881858, which were to be applied as shown below the table. The corrective action which we took, I wish to report that the contract from provincial, and it was cleared by the Attorney General. Follow-ups have been made to the Treasury to be funded the proceeds from the Committee of Survey auction sale to reimburse borrowed funds to pay the contractor for the outstanding interim payment certificate IPCs. Completion of the remaining works. As at 14th November 2025, installation of 10 trusses, palings, and was still in progress. You can see below or behind on page 17. And Chair, I would also refer you to our addendum, which is query 3H, construction of the multi-purpose theatre phase 3 at Kapata Cultural Village. About 30% of the roof has been covered with iron sheets as at 15th December 2025. You can see the photo on Appendix 6. Chair, may I come to query done. Thank you so much.
Thank you, PS. Honorable members, we are now free to ask points of clarification on the submission that has just been submitted before our attention. Honorable members, Honorable Rumai.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. PS and your team, my name is Honorable Victor Lumai. I am Member of Parliament representing the people of Chavuma constituency, Northwestern, and the member of this committee. Mr. Chairman, I have no question on budget. Was 1,110. However, I have a query on the audit of annual performance information. Mr. Chairman, I want to take the controlling officer to table number 1. Mr. Chairman, I have a concern. One, it is to do with the construction of Kachololo Dam. The PS has told this committee that contract for construction of Kachololo Dam was terminated due to non-performance by the contractor. I want the PS to tell this committee, because funding was there the whole year, what happened that they could not resolve the issues with the contractor or to find another contractor. On the same table, Mr. Chairman, the provincial administration should have inspected 15 local authorities. They only visited 9. They are saying the problem was failure to meet the target was due to inadequate funding from the treasury. So I want the controlling officer to tell this committee whether the 113,178 which was fed to provincial administration did the fund not 9. I submit, Mr.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. We're whispering with my directors here. For the first query, I'll ask the Director of Finance if he can come in.
Thank
Where
you.
is the water engineer?
Thank you.
Ask the I'll ask the water engineer to respond.
The director engineer can swap and before you proceed, let me not just take advantage of PS and the team for Bwana Mkubwa, and I'm the chairperson of this committee. The water engineer can proceed through your PS.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. The works on Kashura Dam could not be expedited in good time, as it took a bit of time to rescope the remaining works. That's what delayed the facilitation in terms of towards procuring a different contractor. I submit.
Thank you. Honorable Lumai, follow-up question?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, the response by the director is not we are talking for budget, program was, and despite this Kacholola months by this funding
Honorable Kambita, rehabilitation of provincial administration block. Honorable Mukumbi will deal with rehabilitation of Nimba district office. And Kambita, you do failure to set outstanding bills. Honorable Amnima, construction of multi-purpose theatre phase 3 at Kapata Cultural Village. But you can also come in with other questions. Just take note, because Honorable Lumai has already asked the first question, and then I'll also be chipping in. So let's just take that note, because we'll have to deal with education as well. Honorable Amnima. Honorable Kambita will follow after Honorable.
Sure, I just want to find out on these vacant positions, what is the status today as of today? Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Honorable Kambita.
Okay, thank you very much, Chairperson. Just in addition to the questions you've asked me to handle, I just wanted the provincial administration to clarify the point that, of course, whatever they received, they spent. Something to do with budget and the performance. But how about looking at what you received against what was planned? Efforts to ensure that you received funds as per the, because budget credibility there is affected when you don't receive funds as per the budget, which we appropriate. Then a quick one, it's about rehabilitation of provincial administration, right, Chairperson?
Yes, but we will follow the order. I think we'll get the Mazastro, but will come the rates. Thank you. So PS, you can proceed with those two questions from Honorable Amnima and Honorable Lumai. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. I do remember asked by Honorable Lumai has not been fully answered. The second part of it, may the Assistant Director planning to respond.
Thank you, PS, and thank you, Chairperson.
Yes, now the Assistant Director Planning can proceed.
Thank you, Chair. So I'll start with the earlier questions that was asked on the inspections. So the Honorable, these inspections that we were queried are the ones that are under local government POGO's office. So for inspections for headquarters, that is PS, ministers, were done in all the districts, all the 15 districts were done. So for these ones under POGO, there is an audit office so they go to local authorities to audit them, to inspect them if they are using the funds accordingly. So these ones are the ones that we fell short, did 9 like audited under POGO's office, and the reason is that we never received all the funds under this line, so we were under performance. And then on the second questions of received funds as per budget, so the complaint that we've always had is that we never as profiled. We would profile at the beginning of the year how we want the funds, but the funds were not received the way we wanted to receive. So this affected the performance. Sometimes when we were supposed to undertake, activities could not be undertaken because of the lack of funds. Yeah, so this is what I wanted to just answer.
Thank you. Let's make progress. PS by Honorable Amnima, what is the position?
Thank you, Chair. The vacant positions, all of them have been filled as of to date.
Okay, PS, you have documentary evidence attached to that effect?
Yes. You have submitted,
yes,
Honorable Chair.
What's the appendix? Those who come with
appendix
the PS? 3.
Yes, sir.
Okay. On this one, okay. Appendix 3, okay. We'll be checking. Honorable Mwamba, you can proceed. Yeah, let Honorable Mwamba proceed, then you come, Honorable Luma. You can proceed with your question.
Thank you very much, Chair. I will ask on an accounted for fuel. Controlling officer, your corrective action has been noted, but then in the same line it seems more like it was a reactive type of response, and the committee would like to know why you had to wait for the external audit to take place for you to ensure that the proof of remittance was provided for by the ministry. So in that you have given the proof in appendix, but then putting in place in order to reduce that in future from the from the, and then also instead of waiting. What is your internal audit doing? I submit. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Umar.
Mr. Chairman, I just wanted a clarification regarding the failure to fill in the vacant positions. Mr. Chairman, the auditors, they are saying the 97, what was filled was 994. So these are paid up positions. But in their response, they are saying, we wish to report that these positions were created towards the end of the financial year. So it means these now are not part of the 997, because 997 is what they should have filled in. But they are saying these 3 were created towards the end of the financial year. So there's need to make that clarification. And also on appendix number 3, Mr. Chairman, it is I've read staff transfer and acting appointment. I think this is still appendix number 3. Then there's also staff transfers, acting appointment and appointment, one document. So I wanted a clarification whether staff transfer is also as same as filling in a vacant position, because the position you are transferring to another position. These 997, 3 were, so I need.
Thank you. So where is the Chief Human Resource Management Officer? Yeah, so this is your question on staff. Then PS, I don't know who's going to deal with the fuel. So you can proceed, Chief Human Resource Management Officer, through your PS to answer that question. Then PS has a question from Honorable Mwamba on the fuel. You can proceed.
So, Chair, thank you, Chair, for the opportunity given to respond. So, yes, when you look at the establishment register, the 997 in 3, so positions, how they are filled, is that the position, if it's vacant, which we are saying it was created towards the end, they were given a tier through the Ministry of Green Economy. So when we are accounting for the position, we account for those that were created. So that's giving the total of 997. So when we fill the positions are filled on transfer. We can transfer someone who is working, and on promotion. That's how a vacant can be filled. So this one filling of the positions, they will transferred somewhere to fill a position that was created through the ministry when they were given TA, and others are filled from direct from outside. So that's filling of vacant positions. Chair, I raise my case.
Honorable Oluma, as a question.
Mr. Chairman, I don't know if Director HR was following. I'm given your province, you have 997. You have that. You should account for 997. Then you are found to have filled in 994. 3 were left vacant. And in the research you are saying you wish to report that so what you are now saying is, while the audit has found that you are in 993, the positions were created towards the end of the financial year. So I wanted the clarification whether the 997 at the time of audit, because this was 30th June, and we are also saying as at 30th June 2025, management had already made recommendations to public service management. So there's a variance there. So we don't know if the 3 positions you are talking about are not part of the 997. And also, if you are saying that one way to fill in a vacant, you can either employ, because you have treasury authority to these positions. So here in appendix number 3, you simply made transfers from a different maybe ministry or different department. So meaning it's coming on transfer. So here you have an opportunity for 3 extra positions. But here you are saying these positions were created towards the end of the financial year. So
thank you. I'll ask the PS first to answer Honorable Mwamba's question, then Chief Human Resource, you come to clarify. And I think what Chief Human Resource was saying, Honorable, is that when you are coming with your position where you're coming from, you have 3 vacant positions or 4. When you come, you're going to fill in either on the same or on if it's acting or whatever. So by virtue of that, that position will be filled and there'll be reduction. So where there also there can be a conveyance, another one will go there, or they will employ. So it can also happen. Just that clarification, but you make his clarification. PS, you can proceed.
Thank you, Chair. May I ask the Director of Finance to respond on reactive response towards remittance?
Director of Finance, issue of an account of fuel.
Thank you. Issue of an account of fuel. Management has been responding to Ministry of Finance. The situation was such that we had a lot of fuel that we procured from filling stations and would make robust follow-ups on remittance and allocation of the monies for VAT to the individual accounts. So from the many that we had, there were a few that could not be allocated and whose proof of payment we could not get from the ministry on time. With regard to corrective action and steps taken to ensure that this doesn't happen again, I wish to state that the withholding tax agency that we had as provincial administration has since been revoked. I think this has gone to all government departments. Starting from somewhere in July, August, VAT is now, the full amount is being paid to suppliers and filling stations, and as such we no longer have to account for that component because it is being handled by themselves directly. I submit, Chair.
Thank you. Chief Human Resource, you can quickly answer Honorable's question, clarify, then we make progress.
Thank you, Chair. So the 997, I should say maybe 3 are part of 997. So we are saying these positions were created at the end, that was October. So when we are counting, because we are counting for the whole year, when we look at the December, we are counting 3 plus 994, which comes to 997. So we are saying these were created in October, hence the delay to fill. They have been now filled. So now the issue of one position being filled on transfer gives the other position where it's coming. Yes, that was a chain where this person was gotten to fill the vacancy. That position left also was also filled. When you look at that appendix, it has A and B. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Honorable Kambita, can proceed.
Thank you, my Chairperson. Control, I have a query on rehabilitation of the provincial administration of this block. In your submission, you stated that there was delay in finding alternative office spaces for our provincial administration. The contractor requested for extension of the contract from provincial administration and was welcome. Those plumbing installations, electrical installations, floor, wall and ceiling finishes, installation of 5,000 liters water tank, 1 HP booster and submissive pump and accessories and guard houses. The remaining works are parking areas and store December 2025, meaning yesterday, the day before yesterday. Now, questions. Controlling officer, since today is the 17th, today is 17th, isn't it? Yes. Are the works complete? If yes, where is the completion certificate? What is the current status of the project?
Thank you, Honorable. Or if there's a beauty, you can proceed,
Thank you,
PS.
Chair. May I ask the Director of Procurement to respond?
Thank you, Head of
Thank you. There's some the extent was up to just the second extension is coming on 11th January 2026, because the other extension was just given on 15th December, sorry, on 15th November 2025, and it was for 3 months. So it's coming to an end on 11th January 2026. As for the rate of completion, maybe through the chair.
Head of Procurement, you are addressing me. You are not addressing the honorable member. So when you are speaking, address the chair and make your submission. You can proceed.
Noted, Chair. Maybe through your office, I may ask maybe preventive maintenance to give us exactly the remaining works in terms of percentage. I submit.
There's a question from Honorable Kambita. I haven't heard your submission. So please make your submission. Because we were saying, no, there's this, it's not clear. What is a submission? Then you are the preventive maintenance will come to. What is a submission on the aforesaid question from Honorable Kambita? You can proceed.
Thank you, Chair. The submission is that the extension was up to 11th January 2026. Yes.
So from that submission, thank you. So from that submission, you are saying that there was a second extension. So what necessitated the extension to go all the way to January? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Chairperson, there is an extension to my question, and I think the interest. So you need to know what the current status of the project is.
Thank you. There's a question from Honorable Mwila and Honorable Kambita. You can proceed, Head of Procurement, through the PS.
Thank you, Chair.
I think the current status, the one who's the one for preventive maintenance will give us, but you can proceed with Honorable Mwila's question.
Thank you, Chair, once again. It's actually time for us to already given authority. So that's to.
Thank you. The state of the there are few by the end of and I submit. PS, why has the project delayed so much? What are the challenges you are facing as provincial admin?
Thank you, Chair. Our main challenge, let me be honest, we have not shifted away from the project site itself. We are operating within the same building. So first we moved everybody from the crammed at the ground floor, and the movements at the ground floor also as they were constructed at one time or the other would interfere. But let me be honest, when they were falling the rotten asbestos timber, then it's either you have got to tell them do it over the weekend. During the week it means we cannot function as asbestos is quite. Ask them to stay away and come over the weekend to continue the works. I submit, Chair.
Thank you, PS. Progress. Honorable Mkumbi, you can proceed with the question.
Thank you, Chair. Let me drive the DC to, the PS to the DC's office in Nyimba. PS, in your statement, you are saying you are waiting for funds or for a refund from Ministry of Finance for you to complete the works. Is that feasible? Is such a thing like Ministry of Finance refunding you in the first place. Refund you. What is your alternative plan? Because what we want is to see that particular, building completed. You went further to, after audit query, you went to paint outside. You mobilized funding from RDCs, 2025 RDCs, and you decided to paint outside. But we believe that inside the house and not outside. So you painted outside just to show people that something has been done. But you go inside, I see them. There are lizards moving up and about, the cockroaches and all that in the roof. Because dilapidated is a house here we're discussing. So why did you do that? Why didn't we start with inside so that we make the people that live in there comfortable? Paint outside.
And deposited in control 19 requested, and the treasury gave us authority. With regard to the surety of us having the funds, Chair, I think I would say we are coming before you to date. We've been following up with the treasury. This is money that we deposited, and this money is sitting with the treasury, Chair, but to our disappointment, opted to remain silent on giving us back the money. It is not for a borrowing or anything. This is deposited and due reimbursed based on the authority that Secretary to the Treasury granted, because we stated that we had borrowed and they needed to give us back this money to offset what we had borrowed for. With regard to the works at Nyimba DC's office, Chair, the budget made such that it contained both interior and external resources. It was felt that windows and maybe painting cost was minimal, could be attended to. The remaining works, once these funds are paid, we could work on and tiling. If that does not work out, the other alternative that we have is looking at the 2026 maintenance budget, which we factored in some maintenance works. The biggest pressure that we have is the borrowings that we made against the proceeds of the committee of survey. That is where we really have a challenge if the treasury does not give us back what we submitted to, what we deposited and requested. I submit, Chair. .5, Chair.
Nothing for now.
Thank you.
According to the PS response, he said, I wish to report that the above outstanding accumulated over a number of years, and due to inadequate funding, management has been unable to clear the outstanding bills as they fall due. However, as per November 2025, the province has paid 1 million plus, leaving a balance of this bill has been. What measures have you put in place to ensure that the debt does not keep increasing? I submit, Chair.
Thank you. Issue of outstanding bills, these obligations, PS. What is the way forward? What is the issue? You can proceed.
Thank you, Chair. May I also extend the same.
Thank you very much, Chair. With regard to outstanding bills, there are bills that we have within our control that we are able to manage, and we've endeavored to ensure that those bills are reduced and we do not contract any bills. Issues like water bills, postal rentals and insurance, we these bills when we know that we have adequate resources to meet. Part of these pay. Though despite this challenge that we face, Chair, we've been allocating amounts in the annual budgets. For 2026, we have allocated about 2 million kwacha towards the dismantling of these areas so that we are cushioned. Other than that, we've had engagements with the Treasury requesting for financial support to clear these outstanding. There are times when currently, I think the requests that we've made are not being attended to, citing tight fiscal space. But at provincial level, every year we are allocating a budget. For 2025, we had 1.5 million. 2026, the budgeted figure is about 2.1 million that has been earmarked for these areas. I submit, Chair.
Thank you for your submission. PS, construction of multi-purpose theatre hall, phase 3 at Kapata. You've cited the reason and also failing to honor the interim payment certificates as they fall due. And one of the reasons you've cited is the same 5.8, which you, whatever you did and did your auction. Maybe give us what is the status of the project as we speak, what is remaining with this Kapata, because even in the other report it was there. You can proceed, PS.
Thank you, Chair. Through you, may I ask the infrastructure officer to respond?
Provincial infrastructure, you can proceed. And here, PS, in Eastern Province, you have who's in charge of these cultural things? We can switch off. Provincial?
It's the provincial cultural officer.
Okay, where is the provincial cultural officer? He's not here?
No.
Okay, on a lighter note, PS, you should bring him, because I'm told the provincial cultural officer from Eastern Province knows the entire province, a number of witches, wizards, so that we can also just benefit as a committee to understand how many we have in Eastern Province. That was on the lighter note. Honorable Kambita.
Yes, Chairperson. PS, whenever we look at figures like the one in Table 2, outstanding bills, so we analyze it a little bit more critically. I can see that you provided for funds to clear these areas in this the period under reviews budget amounting to 1.5. However, you just prioritized personnel emoluments. There has been legacy debts here. Chairperson, if you look at that, I would like the committee to look closely at the table 2 on page 13. There's been a bill on water bills and postal rentals plus insurance. These figures are small, and these institutions are struggling, honestly speaking. If these were prioritized, I don't think it would have changed. Just that top amount which was paid towards personnel emoluments would have cleared the whole of this legacy debt. And we would now be dealing with personnel emoluments only. the whole of these 1, 2, 3 items would have gone out of this table. Why don't you prioritize this and simply close the chapter on these legacy dates, which seem to be coming from way back?
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Kangita Rwanduras. The provincial buildings, you can proceed with Kapata. Then Director of Finance, you're going to handle Honorable Kambita's question. You can proceed.
Thank you, Chair. With regards to the status of the project, I would like to state that the roof frame, the trusses were done 100%. We have done the roof coverings, that is putting the iron sheets and the insulation at 30%. What is remaining is the 70% of the roofing, the iron sheets, also the finishes, the floor, the iron, mongery and metalworks, the door frames, the window frames and glazing, and also external works to do with the septic tanks and the soakaways. These are the remaining works in the project. Thank you, Chair.
So, those things you are submitting, the provincial buildings engineer or director, where is the evidence that those have been done? Has that been attached in any appendix to say that that's the status and certified?
Through the Chair, there's a picture showing the status in the appendix where partial roofing has been done. Yes.
The finance director can proceed on that. We have got smaller bills, postal rentals, what? Sir, just sit where you are sitting. Just hold on. Postal and what was 77,000. We know you've got competing needs, especially in provincial admin. But we want to understand, why don't you just, they say water bill, 70,000. Why don't you just clear it? Director of Finance can proceed.
Thank you very much, Chair. The concern raised by the Honorable and the committee is noted. When you go to page 14, Chair, these small bills have been cleared on page 14, and you will notice that on page 14 all been that outside our full control. That is how come the personal emoluments and other accrued allowances are still outstanding. These are a closed matter, Chair.
Thank you.
Submit.
Thank you. PS, let me take this opportunity to thank you most sincerely for coming before this honorable committee with your team. Issue of Kapata, PS, you need to ensure that this project is phase 3, expedited, push as much as you can so that it can be finished and thereafter commissioned. The issue of your provincial admin you've explained. We hope you have now mitigation measures on how we can ensure that is completed, because also it becomes escalation of costs. You keep extending and all that, and it's the same environment where you're working from. So I think it's important that this final extension you've done, you push and ensure that these works are expedited, finished, and then you can occupy those offices. We did come through and did the inspection of the construction, and we can only hope that it does not recur in this other financial year as a query, but it will be completed with due in the due course. Issue of the 5.8 million, which I think needs to help you. We'll engage the Secretary to Treasury as he comes, but unfortunately we can't tell you to come and reappear with him. So Secretariat to take note, and then we'll have to ask him on your behalf as a committee. So PS, with those few remarks, I want to thank you most sincerely for coming before this honorable committee and your team. Thank you so much. Immunity is lifted. You are free to go, but next time you appear, come with that cultural officer so that we can also understand how you guys live that side in terms of those statistics. Very, very important, PS. So we thank you so much, and have a good afternoon as you proceed for your lunch. Thank you, PS. Thank you.
You are still watching Parliament TV, and that was a Permanent Secretary for Eastern Province appearing before the Public Accounts Committee, which is considering the report of the Auditor General on the accounts of the Republic for the financial year ended 31st December 2024. Keep watching Parliament TV as we endeavor to bring in Parliament closer to you. Good morning.